before we get into this video, make sure you go down below, hit the subscribe button, turn on all post notifications. Guys, we are getting straight to it. If you remember last Sunday, I did a vlog just sharing some of my backstory and the experiences that I went through before becoming a YouTuber. Now, the response was insane. So many of you got back to me and thanked me for sharing that story. So I kind of want to turn it into an every Sunday type of thing, where on the day of the Lord, I share with all of you watching one of my stories or experiences of something I've been through to help some of you either relate or learn. So that way you can either be inspired or feel like you're not alone in the situation you're going through. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. I waited 40 minutes to pick up some of the dankest Korean barbecue chicken. We're gonna sit down and I'm gonna get more into depth about the story of my first heartbreak. I went to this place and it's called BBQ Chicken. We've had it before, but they came out with the brand new menu and it's called Garlic Buttery Crunch Chicken. Oh my goodness, bro. Look at that chicken. That is just... Let's get straight into the story. My first heartbreak happened at 17, and out of respect for my ex, her name in this video is gonna be Cindy, but I met Cindy when I was 15, and I instantly fell in love. It was crazy. Like, I had never felt that emotion before. I had just started going through puberty, and when I saw Cindy, I went, oh my God, why do I feel this way about this girl? I don't even know her, but I feel like I'm so in love with her. 3 years I was in the friend zone, and it was so tough because everybody wanted me and Cindy to be together. And I'm sure a lot of people have been through that situation with a girl or a guy where just all your friends want you to be together, but one or the other's just not feeling it fully. Throughout those 3 years, I saw her, you know, have flings and date other men, but never a long term. And at year 3 of being in the friend zone, she met this kid, and for the sake of respect, his name in this video is going to be Eric. And Eric somehow had her tied around his finger. And I'm sitting here crushed, right? Me and Eric are friends, but he's totally about to hit Cindy. And this is this girl I've been crushing on for 3 years. And keep in mind, she still has her V. The only thing is, Eric ends up messing up and being a douche. He ends up messing up. I think he just clicked for her. Like, damn, Damo, like 3 years has been right here, so sweet, he's always got my back, he's always here. I don't know if she always knew I liked her or if she just like kind of thought of me after being treated like shit. She's like, don't hook up with anybody as soon as I get back, because she was coming back from a trip. She's like, I'm gonna cruise over to your crib. In my head, I'm like, no way, is this really happening? Like, the love of my life, that's how I felt at the time, is really gonna come through and kick it with me. My house at the time had 3 stories, and we go in the 3rd story, and we have our first kiss, and it was epic. Like, I remember it, the feeling, it was like, oh my God. I waited. I waited too long for that chicken. That was so good. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is a garlic buttery crunch. That is a 10 out of 10. Back to what I was saying. I waited so long for her to see me. I waited so long for her to give me a chance. And it was all happening right there in my bed. We're not doing anything but kissing, but it's passionate. It's intense. And you can tell, like, oh my gosh, we've both been putting this off and now it's finally happened. It was like that moment in a show. Like, recently I've been watching Rookie, Lucy and Tim Bradford. If you know, you know. It was kind of like that, bro. We're texting and we linked up a couple nights and did the same thing and just hooked up. She's 5 houses down. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come over. We're all feeling each other. We're doing the same thing, hooking up in the bed. She starts to take some of her clothes off and she's like, you know, let's do this. And I'm like, what? And she's like, let's do it. And it's wild because I don't have my V. And the way I lost my V is so crazy. If you guys want to hear about that, it's the craziest story. Put it down below in the comments. We'll do that for next Sunday. But she knows that. And she's like, I want to do this. Like, show me how to do this. Run over to my crib. I'm like, bro, please, someone tell me they have a rubber. And I'm begging all my friends. They're all chilling with my brother at the house. My dad's not there. My boy Dane ends up going, I have a rubber. Go to my car. Go get it. Go to the car, grab his rubber, head back to the crib. Right there and then, all you hear is, ow, that hurt. I'm just kidding. That's why I learned the difference, really, between making love and just... From there, it kind of went crazy. Because I'm like, damn. I've been waiting to hit this for so long. 20 or 30 times a day type deal. We ended up getting really close. We were together for about 8 months. And in 8 months, we were a power team. It's so crazy, bro, because in different relationships, they have different dynamics. Like, you can be in love with someone, but it can be bad for you. And you can be in love with someone and it can be good for you, you know? You can be in love with someone and y'all can be lazy and lose a lot. Or you can be in love with someone and y'all just win. We were the winning type. So when we were together, we both had straight A's. We both studied every day. We were like that super couple. But because my parents were going through a divorce and I didn't have a lot of parental supervision and I was experimenting with drugs and alcohol, I was all over the place. And I messed up because I projected all of those emotions on her. And shout out to Cindy, because if it wasn't for her, those 8 months would have been really, really bad for me. Having someone to tell me they love me and just to hold me and to be happy to see me and just a part of my life that wasn't messed up during that time, that relationship literally became like everything to me. So I was so protective of it, guys. Overprotective. And everyone knows about overprotective boyfriends, bro. I was one of them. I'm talking about, I came up to her and just looked at her the wrong way. I was finna beat your ass. If I even heard you were trying to flirt with her, I'll meet you outside your classroom and square the fuck up with you. You feel me? Like, super protective, because she was the only like peace in my life, bro. She was the only like happiness that I had at the time going through high school with all the bullshit going on in my fam. It was like more than the outlet. I loved her because she'd been my best friend for 3 years. It became more than just friendship. It became like true love, bro. Like I really wanted to marry this girl. I really wanted to be with this girl forever. You know, the overprotectiveness, me being insecure and jealous all the time, I definitely pushed her away. It was crazy because I tried to break up with her at first in the beginning because I was scared that I was gonna get hurt if I got attached. And she cried her eyes out and begged me on her knees, begging, bro, for me not to leave. And I didn't. I ended up taking her back that night, staying. But it was the opposite with me. When she finally broke up with me, I really begged. This is where I want you guys to learn the most right here. People who are there for you and who are helping you and who love you, sometimes you just gotta trust them. Don't get me wrong, if they don't give you a reason to trust them, or if they give you a reason not to trust them, doesn't mean you gotta be an idiot and trust them. But if they've been there for you and they tell you they love you and they show you they love you, you gotta know it. Again, unless they gave you a reason not to trust them. If they didn't, you gotta trust that, because it's almost disrespectful if you don't. And that shit hurts. But I've experienced that in another relationship where it was opposite. They didn't trust me. And that's how I learned how that felt. I made her feel like I didn't trust her, and that made her feel shitty, because she really was like there for me, you know, and she really was like being honest and faithful. She breaks up with me. This is where I took it the wrong way. I spiral out of control. Now I really just hate life, bro. I'm young, I'm 17 years old, and my parents are divorcing. We're doing drugs and drinking. My dad's drinking. My girl just broke up with me. I'm borderline, like, I don't even want to live. And I'm stupid. I'm 17 and dumb. I should have dealt with that a lot better, but just all of the circumstances, you know, kind of had no choice. I was already in a bad place mentally. She was the one thing that was getting my life back on track, and when she left, my eyes pummeled into the floor. And you know the term hit rock bottom? You know, I hit rock bottom. I really gave up. I'm talking about ditch school every day, locked my door, mom banging on the door, you're a loser, get up. And I know she didn't mean it. She just was trying to get me out of my room and into school, because she was like, look, I get you're going through your first heartbreak, and I've been through one too, and you don't understand when I'm trying to tell you that I've been there and done that. You think you're so special and your situation's so special. And I really did. I was like, you guys don't understand what I'm talking about. You're 40 years older than me, been through a bunch of relationships. How could you possibly know what I'm talking about? I didn't want to listen to anybody. I stopped looking towards God. I started embracing evil. And that brought so much destruction into my life. As soon as I started embracing those bad feelings, going to parties, hurting people, I always wanted to do something evil, because it made me feel like I was getting back at the world and the people who hurt me. I was out front of her house at one point, on my knees, crying my eyes out. Her mom telling me to go home because I'm making a gigantic scene out in front of their house. I'm crying my eyes out, screaming like someone killed me, bro. Yeah, man, it was just tough. Like, to get back up on my feet, I didn't know how to do it. My heart hurt so bad. I never felt emotional pain like that in my entire life. Like, I embraced pain, physical pain, in high school, because I loved how tough it made me. And it really made me tough today. Like, people really trip out, go paintballing, go boxing. They're like, damn, it doesn't get fazed by pain. It's weird. But this emotional pain was nothing compared to all the physical pain that I felt in my life. I was sitting there going, this is crazy. Like, I literally feel a hole right here. Like, I really feel it hurting, and I can't take an Advil, and I can't put a Band-Aid on it. I can't do anything. And so it pushed me more to just numb my mind because I didn't want to think about it. And so I would drink or do drugs, like I said in my previous testimony, and it would just numb me out, and it became an outlet for me to forget about all this pain I was feeling. I never wanted to deal with it head on. It got bad. At one point, I wanted to end it, believe it or not. And I know that's a crazy thing coming from me, but it's true. And that's what led me to a psych ward, because I was thinking of attempting to end my life. I went into the psych ward. It was in Laguna Beach. Once you were admitted, you couldn't check out. And it was supposed to be 3 days, but if you're doing bad, you stay longer. I was doing bad. Every time they gave me the anti-anxiety pills to go to bed at night, I tongued them, stacked them up, and then would get high, get caught, and they'd stack more days on me. Unlimited Jell-O at the Jell-O fridge was cool. The meetings were nice. They definitely helped. And I don't want to say medical, therapy meetings don't work. They helped. Being around other people, hearing their stories. What really changed it for me is when I got out, kept going down that road. I keep referencing last Sunday's testimony. Please go watch that if you haven't. When I had that seizure we had talked about and almost OD'd and just had stared at my life and the destruction that had come along with everything else in life. Nobody wanted to hang out with me. Everyone thought I was trying to either do drugs or go to jail. That heartbreak was tough. I didn't really get over it for, I would say, a whole last year. And within that year, I made a lot of mistakes. And that's the whole reason I'm sitting here with you guys today to share this. Just in case you're gonna go through a heartbreak or you're going through one, you don't do the same stupid things I did. I let heartbreak make decisions for me. That's a big piece of advice for me. Do not let heartbreak make decisions for you. Do not let negative emotions ever make decisions for you. Another thing I did was not take it as a learning experience. I really believed it was the end of the world, and a lot of people will agree with me that it does feel like that sometimes. When you lose someone you deeply love and built a whole life together with, it can feel like your whole life is over. But you have to be realistic and not feed into that pain and depression, and realize that it's a learning experience. And you should take what you loved from the relationship and remember that. Write it down. And take what you hated from the relationship and remember that also and write it down. So when you go into your next relationship, you're more prepared and you've chosen to be with someone that makes more sense for some of the things that you're looking for in a relationship. The next thing you shouldn't do is not focus on yourself. A lot of people have a heartbreak and they spend so much time trying to get that person back. And I think if you want any chance of getting someone back that you love, you need to focus on yourself. And the faster you do that after your heartbreak, the more of a chance you got. Because focusing on yourself is bettering yourself. And if you better yourself, you might have the chance to better something to bring that person back. But if not, it's a win-win situation. Because if you focus on yourself after the relationship, you can transform and become something even better for the next person you find. Or you might even find something better during the process of becoming a better person, instead of sitting in your depression and making decisions that'll destroy or affect your future because of the heartbreak you're going through. I hope that makes sense. Focus on yourself. Focus on the physical and emotional well-being of yourself. Don't make decisions that are meant to manipulate or cause attention in hopes of getting that person back. Please trust me on that. It is so dumb. You will feel so dumb. Another thing that I wanted to share, and it was something I actually learned way after my heartbreak, after a bunch more relationships that I had been through. Don't chase love. If you chase love, like every day you're sitting there just wanting someone to be with you and wanting to have that special someone, most of the time you're going to force situations that aren't meant to be because you were trying too hard to find love. I think personally, from my experiences and from other friends that I know have had similar experiences, as soon as you start focusing on yourself and stop looking for love is when you'll find it. When I met Lexi, I had spent 2 years before that single and thirsty. And I wasn't thirsty to sleep with a bunch of girls. I was thirsty to find the one. Someone who would be there for me and love me. And I forced so many situations that ended up being toxic and unhealthy for both parties. As soon as I stopped looking and started focusing on myself, I really went crazy that year. I told myself, you know what? I'm tired of being the heartbreak kid. I'm tired of looking for my next permanent girlfriend, the love of my life. I'm just gonna focus on myself, love myself, and do everything to make myself amazing. I went to the gym, I started focusing on music, I started focusing on my money, and I didn't do it with the intentions of like, I need all this to find love. No, I just did it because I wanted to win and I wanted to be happy with just myself. And right when I got to a point where I was like, yeah, I love myself, I love my life, I wasn't even thinking about love or a girlfriend, I met Lexi, and she swept me off my feet. Don't look for love. Let love find you. Let it be natural. Let it happen the way it's supposed to happen and learn the way you're supposed to learn. Trust me. But yeah, that is the story of my first heartbreak. In short summary, worst heartbreak pain of my life. It caused me to make a lot of dumb decisions because I was an idiot and fell victim to my negative emotions. I chose to heal the wrong way and chose a lot of dumb outlets like drugs and alcohol, when in reality, I should have focused on myself and kept my mind busy with productive things like gym, hanging out with friends, and spending time with family. More positive choices that would have led me to being a better person, whether I did get my girl back or I didn't. If you guys have any deeper questions about what we talked about today, or maybe something I didn't quite cover, make sure you pull up to the YouTube Live. I live stream almost every single night on YouTube. You guys are more than welcome to ask those questions and stream. If there are any other stories that you want me to elaborate on in specific, or if there are any experiences that you're wondering if I've been through them myself, put them down below in the comments. But I appreciate you guys for watching my videos as always. I hope everyone has a nice demo, and I will see you in the next vlog.
I've been moving in cruise control. Can't stop, won't stop, cause I feel so unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even times when I lose control. Can't stop, won't stop, cause this is all I've ever known.
Yeah.
Avoiding altercations. Don't you test my patience, don't you? No. Don't test it. Praying to God I get a blessing. Cause this is dedication. I don't ever plan to let this go. Gotta get it hit, so you know I'm about to go ahead and lock it in. I've been moving in cruise control. Can't stop, won't stop, cause I feel so unstoppable.
Yeah.
When I lose control. Can't stop, won't stop, cause this is all I've ever known.
Yeah.
Feeling like a race through time. I'm speeding through the atmosphere. Moving at the speed of light. I'm what they'll talk about this year. I've been moving in cruise control. Can't stop, won't stop, cause I feel so unstoppable.
Yeah.
Even times when I lose control. Can't stop, won't stop, cause this is all I've ever known.
Yeah.